Alright, was just here yesterday. So a lot of the stuff you see on the shelf is the same thing we saw last time. Looking for a subwoofer. I don't recall seeing one yesterday. At least not one that I would have chosen. $5, you can't beat that. Wow. Look at that. Yeah, so we'll see what we turn up in this great treasure trove today. That is a Blu-ray right there. Yep, saw that one. Kenwood receiver. Saw that one. That's actually not too bad. $12.99. So $13, you can enjoy some cassette goodness. Alright, no subs on that shelf. Let's go around and see what we can find on some of these others. There's another store in town. We might hit that one as well. There's nothing pops up here. We shall see. Alright, completely different store. Didn't do any video in this one, just took pictures, but you can see there's a little bit of everything in here. I remember these. They look like stacked components, but it's actually just one unit. Unfortunately, this one's missing a cassette door. See that one I got circled at the top? I thought that was an Acoustimass, a Bose Acoustimass, which is what I'm looking for, but it wasn't. A lot of other good stuff on this shelf though, look at that. Multiple colors and brands here. And you wouldn't even need speaker stands, comes with them. And you know, on the bottom looks pretty good, and it's $12.99. $12.99. That's not bad. Alright, now this is closer to what I'm looking for right here. And it's a Sony. Alright, check out this beast right here. This is part 4 in the series for building a low-cost home stereo system with vintage, not necessarily antique, but older equipment. Everything is previously owned, aka used. And so far everything that I've gotten has come from a Goodwill shop. Now this is a Sony Subwoofer. If you'll notice, it has a single input in the back right there. And it's got its AC lead, and that's all it came with. In the front, you've got the power on and off switch, and then you can adjust the bass. So as you listen to the demo, just keep in mind if it sounds like it's too much bass or not quite enough, you can adjust it with this. So quite flexible. And aside from a little bit of a rip in the fabric, it's not much, just a little hole. Well, 2 holes down there at the bottom. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot wrong with it. It's just a little bit dirty. Needs to be cleaned up. All right, let's get this guy hooked up and see what we got. So just a quick look at the back. I notice it talks about the subwoofer here, but then it talks about other speakers here and here because it's got different model numbers. So I'm guessing this came either with a receiver, like an all-in-one theater in a box type deal, or maybe just a surround sound speaker package. I don't know, but this is the only speaker that that I was able to get, and this was $7.99. Can't beat that. Let's get it plugged in. All right, single RCA connection in the back, and we're going to plug into the subwoofer audio out here. And also of note, we are using optical cable from the DVD player optically out to the receiver here. So we won't be using the internal DAC of that DVD player. And just one quick note about these Cube speakers. While we've tested them, you can see that in the other video, they work fine. They don't have a lot of bass to them. That's why we're adding that subwoofer module. They are probably best used in an Acoustimass full setup, like the little box that had the woofer or the Bose. It also had a crossover in there, so it's doing some crossover magic that we're not able to replicate with just what we have here, but it seems to work. And it's not as good as it could be, but it's still really good. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So I'll round up the numbers. So $7.99 becomes $8. So $8, $10 for the Cube speakers, $20. I think that was $7.99 or $8, something like that. I'll have to go back and check now. But yeah, that's a fully functional system. We're not quite done with it yet, but it is at the bare bones stage where it'll play good music. We're going to set the subwoofer in the floor and play some samples here in just a moment. All Sony so far, except for the two outliers there, the speakers. All right, let's give this a listen. I've got the CD in there, and if you'll look up here, you'll notice it mentions the optical input. Got it for the CD, and right now we have it on just 2 channels. So it's just the left and right speakers here, which are the Bose Acoustimass Cube speakers without the Acoustimass box portion that does the bass. And then we've got this Sony subwoofer down in the floor there. So let's do a 2-channel, then we'll flip over to the 2-channel plus bass. All right, here we go. So yeah, this is what we ended up with. I've got it all on the table here just so you can see it all. I wished I could have found that in black, but maybe I'll run across another one, because I know Sony made a silver version and a black version. I'd like to get a black version, so keep this system all black if I could. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Now this is just bare bones to get me going. I'm going to add a lot more to it as time goes on, and we'll see how that goes. But yep, this is the Sony system on the cheap. Not all Sony. There's a Bose outlier in there, but mostly Sony. All right, we'll wrap episode 4 here up with this right here. This is the complete setup, what we have so far.